Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, good, doing good. What did we approach you about today, about the interview? What's the interview about?
How I feel about my feet
Uh-huh.
as a woman.
And then mental health too?
Mental health and reflexology.
And reflexology. So let me ask you a quick question about that. How do you feel about your feet?
I'm confident about my feet. It was a subject that was like odd for me for a long time. Like I didn't show my feet to people. Like, and I'm a skater and an athlete. And I do
Absolutely.
construction. So for me, like as a female, how the foot looks, especially when you're doing manly things, is like you got to be on point with it. So for a long time I was like, no, I just didn't show my feet. But now, like, you know,
A little bit more confident.
a lot more confident. Yeah, like I get my feet done, I take care of my body now. And like going from being a teenager just being like, oh, I'm just gonna wear sneaks all the time, to an adult, like, all right, I'm a woman, I gotta, you know,
every now and then.
Yeah, I gotta feel good about myself.
Put on some sandals or some
and
heels
like
or whatever.
nobody wants to go out with sandals without their feet done. Like nobody.
Exactly. So do you know anything in terms of mental health and like any different aspects of it? Like
I know a bit about mental health.
Okay.
I've been well versed with it throughout my life.
Okay, cool. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as we go along in the interview. Okay. So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about a guy who gives you a compliment about your feet? Like if a guy saw you in public.
A random person? I mean, okay, for me,
sure.
Like,
Let's just talk about a random person.
It would depend on how I was approached, because you know there'd be some weirdos out there, and they'd be like, "Hey, you got some nice feet." Like, nah, bro, back up, back up. But if for me, for a I love to be complimented by a female.
Okay.
Because a man can compliment you at any point in time, and he might not mean it. He might just need something from you or want something from you.
True.
But as a female in this world, women are constantly being told to like hate on other women, and they're being rude to other women. And really, as a female, like you should be supporting other women. So for me, if a female's like, "Hey, you got some pretty feet," I'm gonna be like, "Okay, thank you."
Exactly. And that I was talking to somebody else a few days ago, and I asked her. I said, in terms of like who you would prefer a compliment from. Would it be a man or a guy? I mean, a man or a female? And she actually said it didn't matter because she usually doesn't really get compliments like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So for her, she said it really doesn't matter. Like she would appreciate the compliment, at all. And I told her, I was like, because some women, like what you just said, feel as though when another woman is giving them that compliment, like you said, a lot of women hate on each other. So it's a little bit more sincere in terms of when they hear that from somebody else.
It feels more believable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So another quick question, because you did say you're into construction, you skate, you do all that type of stuff. How often do you wear flip-flops, open-toed shoes, things
as
like
often
that?
as possible.
Okay.
If I'm not working or skating, like I'm in sandals, slides, flip-flops, heels, anything that's open.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. You just kind of like letting the feet breathe a little bit and showing them off. You ever go to the beach?
All the time.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Time.
All right. And so we talked about the compliments. We talked about how do you feel about like compliments from, a man or a woman. We talked about how often do you wear flip-flops and open-toe shoes. How often do you get pedicures?
I try to go at least every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you try to go as much as you can.
As much as I can, yeah. And if I've done like extra skating or done something strenuous or whatever that I feel like, I need it touched up, I'll do it myself. But otherwise, I try to keep a schedule of going and taking care of myself.
Absolutely. Cool. That's what's up. Okay, so can we see what your feet look like up close?
I'm about to skate
No,
right now.
we can't see what your feet look like up close?
No.
All right. Why not?
Because I just told her I just went on vacation in Mexico, and I just came back like a week and a half ago, and I have not got my feet done yet.
Okay.
And I've been skating every day.
All right.
So
I'll tell you this, though. It's not about that. It's about, I'm going to throw in the mental health aspect, right? Right. So have you ever heard of DBT? Because you did tell me you're kind of versed in it. Have you ever heard of DBT before? Okay, so it's called Dialectical Behavioral Therapy, right? So it's about you getting advice in terms of like when you feel an uncomfortable feeling, right? When you feel like you don't feel comfortable with something. Let's say, for example, you have a fear of approaching strangers. Like you're not the type of person that likes to do that. What they try to teach you is to put yourself in that uncomfortable situation, right? And to try to do it over and over again. And when you're in that situation, to ask yourself, is there a threat to your life or to your safety, right? Because if it's not,
it's kind of like the Aleister Crowley theory of total submersion.
There you go. There you go. And so what it's trying to teach you is that when you feel that uncomfortable urge to like try to go the opposite way, to act opposite of that if there's nothing that's like threatening you, right? Because you may be preventing yourself from experiencing a pleasurable event or a nice experience, right? So when I asked you that question about why not, you know, you said, oh, it's because of this, but it's not really about that. I'm just, because you did say you're comfortable, right?
I'm comfortable, yeah.
So then I'm gonna ask you again, and if you shove it down, then we'll leave it alone. But can we see what your feet look like up close? Cool. You can leave them in the socks for now. Let's see. I just want to try to see what the outline is first. Try to get that. Okay, and you got the long socks on right now.
Right.
Nice.
I'm about to skate some hard
Sweet.
shit. So.
Sweet. Okay. They're not bad at all. You're worried about them. They're not bad at all. Okay, can you flex it up for me? So we can. Okay. And what size do you wear?
I wear 7.5 in women.
So you're about an average size.
Yeah.
So you don't really find it super hard to like.
I find it very hard to find shoes because they're all taken. Because everyone wears the size I wear. And then, like, to be honest, so when I was 18, I got pregnant with twins. And in that, I wore a 6.5. And then after I had my twins, my feet were 7.5.
Oh, wait, because I want to see the bottom of them, too. So we're going to get that, too.
My left foot is half a size smaller than my right foot.
Oh, really?
Dead ass. And so it's really hard sometimes. Like, it's okay, like, for the most part. But sometimes, man, you go when you want shoes and they're too big or they're too small. And I have to, like, try to fit yours. Exactly. So in terms of shoes, what are your favorite shoes to wear? Because we know you said that you do high top sneakers, usually Vans, because I see that you got I'm wearing Vans today, but actually my favorite shoe is DVS. But DVS, I haven't seen any high tops by them. And my other favorite shoe would be a Nike SB Janoski.
Okay.
But the Stephen Janoskis, they don't come in high tops. They only come in the quarter tops, which are dope. But for skating, for me, I skate better with high tops. So right now I'm using Vans until I find a better high top.
Okay. Yeah. And so I want to also throw in the reflexology portion of this, right? So how much do you know about reflexology? Have you heard anything?
I've heard about it. I don't know it about it though. You know what I mean? Like I've heard it in conversation or seen it like on an ad or something. But don't really I haven't really.
So there are different parts of our bodies, right? Like your hands and your feet. We have like pressure points, right? That connect back to like different parts of your body.
Right.
So like during like massages or anything like that, I don't know if you've ever noticed like acupuncturists, when they like put the needles in, they're putting those actually in spots that are like pressure points, and it's supposed to release another area. Okay. So in our feet, and this is what I'm focusing on because I want a lot of people to know about it. We have like different pressure points that lead back to our lungs, our kidneys, our your heart, like let's say you have a headache. There's different points that lead back to that. There's also points that like help like with like sleeping. Like if you have problems with sleeping, like you massage that area, whatever like that, and you get good sleep. So what do you think about that?
Sounds like it would help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good.
Especially someone who does construction and skating.
Absolutely. So yeah, you might want to think about like, getting a little bit more of that. All right, cool. So about to wrap this up. What was your thoughts about the whole interview? Like, what did you think about it as a whole?
This is a good experience.
Good experience?
Yeah, it was very pleasant.
Good. I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. Are there any types of modifications or anything like that you think I can make to the interview to make it better?
No, I think you did great.
Think I did great?
It was a very good experience, actually. Well, I'm usually real nervous with people, so I didn't really feel nervous.
Well, let me ask you a question. As you went along in the interview, did you start to feel less nervous?
Less nervous, most
definitely. Less nervous? Okay. Yeah. And so this is good because it's very therapeutic for people. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really not the type of person that goes up and approaches people.
You would have never known.
I kind of do this. I'm doing this now, like, honestly, to try to help me out with that a little bit more.
That's dope. Mental health is so important.
Absolutely.
Like, it's a lot. We as a country and as like a race, we don't put enough importance on mental health. Like,
absolutely.
Humans don't take care of our minds first, and like we're always worried about taking care of someone else. But like, what's the first thing they teach you on the airplane? Put your own mask on.
Put your own mask on first before you help somebody else. Absolutely.
Because you cannot care for others if you are not
caring for yourself. Absolutely. You are so correct. I have one other question. I didn't think about this during time, but it's perfect time to ask. How do you feel about a guy who's into feet? Like, let's say that
there's a healthy level of fascination across all boards. Like, I agree with that. We all have our things that we like a lot more than we might like something else. Like, we all got our little fetishes. It's about how people handle it. Because, like I said earlier, someone could be like, hey, you got some nice feet.
Yeah.
Creepy, bro.
It's all about the context in which it's used.
Exactly. Like, how you choose, like how do you choose to go about it? Like, as long as I'm not like walking into some weirdo, like I think you want to chop my feet off and like put them in a glass box. Like, as long as I don't get that vibe, we're good.
So yeah, we do have people who are fixated on it, and there's other parts of the body that people are fixated on.
Right.
So let me ask a little bit further along. So let's say, what would you feel about a guy who like says that you have really nice feet? He wants to give you like a foot massage. He wants to like rub on your feet, smell on your feet, kiss on your feet. Because what would you?
If I wasn't dating this person, or if there was not somewhat of a romantic relationship involved, I would find that like I have very strong boundaries and I'm not afraid to put them up.
Absolutely.
And so I would feel like, hey, bro, you're kind of crossing the line. Like, you should know better than that.
Absolutely.
But if it's my partner, then like, okay, it depends on how comfortable I am with that partner, how long I've been with that partner. But most times than not, like, if you're my partner, like, I want to make my partner happy because I expect my partner to give me what I'm going to give. So
absolutely. And so it's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street. Like,
we both have our things.
I got some weird things too, man. I got some
I mean, we all do. And it's not, and here's the thing, like, because this is the biggest thing. A lot of people, like, have negative connotations when it comes to, like, when they hear feet.
Yeah.
Like, they automatically think, oh, like, that's kind of weird. And it's like, it's not weird, because what if I said I was into your hair, or I said I love your eyes or your hands or whatever? There's no difference. But the problem is like what you said. If you're fixated, if that's all you see, like when you see me, is that all you see, or do you see, me for who I am, and then that's just a part of who I am, right? Yeah. And so that's really good. So can I get a couple more shots of your feet real quick? Can we actually see both, or? Because you did say like one is like smaller than the other one. Let me say, so I want to get like a little comparison here. See what we can see. Okay. I see you got some tattoos there.
Oh yeah, I was in prison and I got bored.
Okay.
And so I wanted to test.
Went on and tatted yourself up.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could, I wanted to see if the ink would stick and if I could take the pain of myself. Doing it myself, because I have other tattoos, so I figured if I could handle someone else tattooing.
Can you cross this one over? Yeah.
If I could handle someone else tattooing me, I could do it myself.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I think that you have really nice feet. Can you cross it over the other one? I think. And what is your favorite colors to get? Like usually when you
lilac, black, and gold.
Lilac, black, and gold. You went with a little bit different here. Was this purple?
It was.
It's like a French pedicure.
Yeah, it was like French, but I had it done. It was white and like this mauve pink. But then I was riding horses and then going in the water and just like not taking care of it because I was on vacation. So. Okay,
well, I'm glad that you enjoyed. So once again, I do thank you for the interview. I know it might have been a little bit uncomfortable for you, but I'm glad that we talked because you gave me a lot of great points. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. That was a very good experience.
All right. You have a great one, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye.